All of the panelists mentioned, or I heard a few of the panelists actually mentioned that they would like African Americans to play a role in the fight against slavery in the Sudan. But recently, in his trip abroad, Louis Farrakhan, who was emerged as an African American leader, it is my understanding, made the comment that slavery did not exist or that it was at a minimal level in the Sudan. Now, the majority or the masses of African Americans don't really have a knowledge of slavery in Mauritania and the Sudan. I know I'm a college student, and it was definitely a surprise to me. So what would be the effect, or how could we combat such a comment by such a leader with, you know, such a high standing among African American people?
I think it's important, especially as a student, that you and others develop critical thinking. A critical thinking that can operate in the atmosphere that's been generated by years of oppression in this country. In other words, we have a lot of pain from a lot of things we've gone through, and so at times we don't critically think or examine our leaders and what they say. Now, if you were to take Mr. Louis Farrakhan's statement that slavery doesn't exist in Mauritania or it exists only at minimal levels in the Sudan, that would fly in the face of what we know of knowledge in the world. The sources, Human Rights Watch. The sources, the United Nations, Gaspar Biro's work. Africa Watch. Shams Bitaya's work out of London. The sources are enormous that support this. In fact, they're all at critical mass. However, the statement that there is no slavery, or that even the morally reprehensible statement that it's at acceptable or minimal levels, so we wouldn't respond to it, are statements that have no basis in scientific literature, in research literature, and so if they're accepted, they would be accepted on a political basis. If they're said politically. They have no basis in what the world knows. If you move outside the African American community, there are no journalists, scientists, researchers, human rights organizations, non-governmental organizations that say that there's no slavery. So this statement is only able to grow and function in the environment of the African American community because of its desire for unity at this time and its desire never to attack its own leaders. Outside in the real world, everyone knows this is a fact and has been a fact almost from the beginning of time.